Hi, my name is Lizz Winkler. I'm a senior women's lacrosse player here at the University of Dallas. I'm studying business. This fall, I recently joined the student government as a senior class representative. I wanted to join student government as a way to figure out what was going on throughout school outside of lacrosse and athletics, but also because I noticed a big gap between athletics and academics and the rest of the campus life. So in the fall, I focused a lot on figuring out what can the athletic department do in relation to the school to benefit the school, as well as what can the school, especially student government, do to benefit the athletic department and athletes specifically. I created a survey as my starting point to figure out kind of what students wanted more from athletes and what athletes wanted more from their fellow students and professors and what they could get from campus. And a lot of the issues I noticed came from communication. Students who weren't coming to athletic events were saying that they didn't know when games were, they didn't know who was playing, where the games even were, and if the game was a big deal or not. So I started to focus my research on how can we do a better job of that as student government, and then also hearing the athlete side of it and understanding their concerns, especially regarding food accessibility and tutoring hours, which often conflict with practice times. Based on my results and sharing a document of those results with my fellow senators, we decided to add the language of adding a student-athlete senator into the redraft of the Constitution. So now, in addition to the other senators listed, it also lists having a student-athlete senator, which was passed unanimously through the Senate. So now, in this spring semester, we as a student body will get to vote on the new Constitution. And if the Constitution passes, then the University of Dallas, starting in fall of 2020, will have a student-athlete representative on Senate, which means they will be able to communicate with what student government is doing and our campus board of activities, as well as what the student athletic department is doing as well. So my short-term goal that I need to work on this spring is to really narrow down what the responsibilities of the student-athlete senator would be. So, as well as communicate with the SCAC about how we would run elections for this role. So this past fall, I chose to run for student government for a senator position because, being a senior, I have noticed the past 3 years a lot of my fellow athletes as well as classmates have mentioned kind of like a disconnect between both groups on campus, but also as a student athlete, I know I've struggled to utilize some of the resources on campus because of practice hours. And I like a sense of community too much. I have friends all over campus in several different departments of activities, so I want to be able for UD as a whole to highlight everyone's strengths and their skills that they have, and I want everyone to work together and support each other, which is our ultimate goal as student government, is to promote a sense of community and help to build that community as well. So being on student government this fall and continuing this spring has really helped me learn different aspects of campus and the perspectives on different topics and activities that go on campus. Just from, I always had the student athlete perspective, but now I also have a perspective as a leader on campus, and being on student government, I get to hear what some of the faculty members think and what some of my other fellow senators hear in their friend groups and the clubs and organizations that they're involved in on campus. And I'm really excited this spring to continue to figure out what exactly those responsibilities will be for the student athlete representative, and senator, but also long term, just to make sure that we create a foundation that will be able to last.